see it, folks, but there's Mother Mary over there. And I'm just now starting the video. Long story short, we're on our way to Manila. I didn't start the video out from when we got up this morning, because we had checkpoints to go through. And when you go through checkpoints during these lockdowns, you don't know how it's gonna go. You know, you got a stack of paperwork. You try to comply with everything that the local government's telling you need to travel. But once you leave the local area, you go to somebody else's area, you don't know. I mean, it's literally like running the gauntlet. You know, I've said many times before, the only way to get accurate information is to just go there. You just have to go there and do it and experience it, and then you know what the information is. So I didn't start the video this morning because, to be honest, I didn't know if we were going to make it past the first checkpoint by our house over there. So I don't know. I just didn't want to get things started off until I knew that we were well on our way, which we are now. And I'm taking Forrest G to the United States Embassy. Now, if you have kids up here, you know, at some point you're gonna have to take them to your home country's embassy. You know, take all their paperwork, certified copies, all this stuff to do the report of birth abroad. Well, every country is different, obviously. But in my country, one of the requirements is that you have certified copies of any and all divorce decrees. Copy won't work. You gotta give them a copy. They want to see certified copies. Oh, that was a problem for me, because I've been married a few times over in America, different locations. So it took me a while to get that stuff put together. You know, people like you guys have asked me, hit me up, hit me about it, whatever, about the issue, and never really addressed it. But basically, the problem is, and the problem was, I had to have those certified copies of divorce decrees, which is like absolutely ridiculous. But whatever, you know, dealing with governments and paperwork, nothing ever makes sense, right? So anyhow, once I had those collated, that's about the time that this Chinese bad research virus kicked in, shut everything down, and the embassies have closed their U.S. citizen services. So literally, unless it was like an emergency situation, this whole time you couldn't get an appointment for anything. You know, no passport services, no, you know, getting stuff notarized, report of birth, citizenship, nothing. Just emergency, you know, passport service if you were trying to get out of the country and your passport got stolen or something like that. Well, the good news is the embassy is starting to open up services. If you check their website, it's like a gradual reopening of what they're doing. And so, you know, I've been emailing them to see, hey, you know, is this, because sometimes it's not exactly clear what services they open. So I've been emailing them, just, you know, inquiring, hey, you know, can I get an appointment for this? Hey, can I get an appointment for this? And the answer is always, you know, just, you know, wait, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I've been patient, but folks, I do have a flight back to the United States. I have a return ticket bought and paid for. And it's coming up. And, you know, if you watch my Crossroads video, you'll know where I'm coming from. And I think I'm going to do a Crossroads 2 video just to talk about how my thought process has evolved and where I'm at right now on it. And so what I was shooting for is to have, you know, have Forrest G's passport and, you know, all the stuff that he needs. So if I make the decision, he's rolling with me. And, you know, in correspondence with the embassy, they said, yeah, if you have a flight itinerary within 2 weeks, then we can schedule you, you know, I guess what they call an emergency appointment, since everything's kind of still shut down. And so I told him, I said, yeah, actually I do have a flight out within 2 weeks, with the intent that, you know, my son's going with me back to the States. And so I sent them the flight itinerary, and then they made me an appointment. Now this is a toll booth here. You come here and you pull a ticket, and you got to pay way on down the line. All right, so at this point we're committed. This was my go no go phase line right here. So once we got past this phase line, then we're committed. We're going to the embassy, no doubt in my mind now. The gauntlet was between our house and that phase line right there, that checkpoint, so to speak. That's not a checkpoint, but that point on the grid right there, that waypoint. And now I'm confident that we are committed. We're gonna make it to the embassy. But you have to understand, over here in the Philippines, kids are still not supposed to go out. Children and senior citizens are still not supposed to go out of the house, much less travel. But here you have the quagmire that, you know, he has to go to the embassy. So therefore he obviously has to travel, and he has to go to the embassy before he can get his documents to travel to the airport and leave the Philippines as a U.S. citizen. So you just don't know. You don't know how the checkpoints are going to respond. They look in the vehicle, they see a baby in here. Like, again, we got a stack of travel documents. Brown got passes, quarantine passes. And folks, I'm carrying around is probably, I don't know, 50, 60 different pages right now that I carry around. Now, if I'm just trying to make it across a bridge over to Barreto, I just got the quarantine pass. But like going to Manila, I literally have probably 60 documents in this package. If we pull up to a checkpoint, I got 60 documents that in just one form or fashion has been accumulated that would, you know, hopefully help us meet the requirements to travel. And it's too much. It's just too much. It's excessive. But our strategy of traveling in the middle of the night has paid off. And I think the biggest obstacle, which is just so crazy, is that the strictest checkpoint is right there at the Mataen River, right by my house. I mean, it's been that way the whole time. I've been back and forth to Manila. We got no problems until I get within walking distance of my house, and then that's when the checkpoint gives me problems. And I imagine it'll be the same way on the way back later today, but I don't care. As long as we get our business handled and get back up there, they can give me problems up there on the way back. I'll deal with them then, because I'll have plenty of time. Hopefully have a good day, be successful in our objectives down here. Arrived here in front of the embassy. This is United Nations Avenue that we're holding at. We're just gonna park over here, wait for our appointment, which is not until 9:30. But in times like these, you know, you have to do what you have to do to avoid the hassle at the checkpoints and the traffic. We're here. So what'd you say, baby? You said you don't like the smell outside?
Yeah.
Why? Bad smell? Welcome to Manila, baby. Folks, here's a look around. If you're coming to the embassy, there's a Coffee Bean and Army Navy. I don't know what time it opens, if it opens. There's a look around. And basically, what you do, this area right here is actually sort of pseudo parking for the embassy, and you come here, it costs 100 pesos, which is $2 for a long-term parking. And then you go right up there to the walk bridge, and the walk bridge goes across. Now the gate's closed to the walk bridge until whatever time, but over there we got the news station doing a broadcast or something with the police. I guess they just put that white sand down on Manila Bay, Manila Beach. That's gonna be funny. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Come here, there'll be a gentleman, actual some type of official that'll take your money. You know, there'll be all these dudes like trying to help with parking and wanting tips and all that stuff. Just make sure you just pay the official dude. You'll know who he is. He's giving out receipts. And again, $2 for parking. So we're here on station 6 in the morning. Got 3.5 hours to wait, and that's just the way it is. Underneath these beautiful trees right here, just waiting for everybody else, waiting on the U.S. Embassy to open up. It's just a mix of homeless folks and people who are going to the embassy. Yeah, it looks like they're broadcasting live over there. Got the little camera pole just went up, big old telescoping camera pole coming out of that van. It takes all that equipment for them to go live. All it takes me is my iPhone. I can reach the world just like they can. Alright, cool. There's a bus, but it's empty. I did see one Victory liner coming down here today, folks, believe it or not. Couldn't tell who was on it. Yeah, just a closer look, behind the scenes look at a live stream. Looks like they're going live. Beautiful Manila Bay. I can't really see the sand over there. I'm looking forward to getting up on the bridge right here. And that's the entrance again. The Filipino-American Friendship Footbridge. There's a 7-Eleven right around the corner from the Cocoa Coffee Bean. Right on the back side of the Coffee Bean, there's a 7-Eleven over there. You know, you got a lot of homeless folks here around the U.S. Embassy. If you've ever been down this way, or if you've never been to the embassy, just be prepared for that. You know, a lot of homeless folks. It's heartbreaking. Yeah. Here's a tidbit for you. You know, when you're down here waiting at the embassy, there ain't nowhere to pee. Now, you know, us men, we can find a little alleyway. You know, if your lady's got a TT, there ain't nowhere to pee. These hotels ain't gonna let you in with this lockdown shit, you know. So what you gotta do is wait till 8 o'clock. Wait till 8 o'clock until the Army Navy burger place opens. And okay, the Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf opens at 8 too. So both of those businesses open at 8. They got CRs in there. And go in there and get you a coffee or get you something to eat, and there you go. But prior to that, you know, where the hell are you gonna go? Ain't nowhere to go pee. You try to go into some of these hotels, they're looking at you like, hey, you got a reservation, you can't come in here, blah blah blah. All right folks, some more bad news. The bridge ain't open according to this young lady. According to this young lady, the footbridge ain't open. So what you got to do is go all the way up there to the stoplight and cross over at the stoplight and then come all the way back. I just went over there to Army Navy and I got her two-piece chicken and rice, 210 pesos. Okay, so her and Dong are chowing down on a two-piece chicken and rice. Now that's excellent looking pieces of chicken. But what does she do? She gets in the backpack and pulls out, looks like the ampalaya and rice that they brought this morning. Folks, she is a never-ending food destruction device. My old lady can eat more food. My goodness. And she looks so pretty today, folks. But look at that. I'll give you a look at that chicken. That is a good looking piece of chicken right there, and I'll get her to tell me how it tastes. But I love the food over at Army Navy. Burritos, the burgers, good stuff. Forrest G still sleeping. Getting geared up with the backpack, all the documents in there. And folks, it's better to bring more and not need the documents. So I got a whole bag of documents, 3 diapers, 1 bottle, which I think that's a mistake. We should probably go with 2. 1 thing of juice, and we've got to walk it out because we paid for parking. If he leaves out and goes over there, comes back, he may not have a place to park. Going to this embassy is not convenient unless you get a hotel room. If you get a hotel room, either the Red Planet or what is that, the Bayview, they're right here, something right here, Slouch Hat. Get a hotel room somewhere here, wake up in the morning, go to your appointment. Why didn't I get a hotel? Okay, I'm gonna explain that to you while she's getting the shoes on the baby here. Since this started, every time I've booked a room at a hotel, you get an immediate email from the hotel. And it'll say something like, if you're not a returning OFW, if you don't have a flight itinerary, if you don't have this, we're immediately gonna cancel your reservation. And you have to reply with your flight itinerary for them to hold the reservation. I don't know if that's what the hell's going on, but I said, you know what, I'm not going to deal with that aspect. And aspect number 2, we're traveling with a baby, and you know, babies aren't supposed to be out technically. So if you roll into the hotel with a baby, then it opens up another can of worms, or it could potentially open up another can of worms. I said, fuck it, and we're going to keep shit simple. We're going to run the gauntlet, get to the embassy, and we're going to take it from there. So understand the challenges. 8 o'clock, food, coffee opens. They got CRs in there. 7-Eleven open early or all night. You can get something to drink. But you got to piss under the tree over here. And the bridge is closed, so you got to walk all the way down here. And that's what we're about to do. We're going to hump it out. But it will allow us to show you Boracay on Manila Bay, the new white sand beaches, my friends. And that's the way it's going to be. So here you are, trying to get the shoes on this Sleeping Beauty. Hello, good morning. All right, folks, so here we go. We're on our way, but instead of being able to walk across the bridge, we got to hump it down to this next intersection. There's no crossing at UN, I guess, but it's just the way things got to be. I'm not wearing a face shield until I get down to the embassy. All right, I'll stop filming so I don't get run over. But here we go. Forrest G's going to the embassy.
Looks like this is where we're gonna cross up here. Oh, and there's a Starbucks over here on this corner. So maybe it seems like the Starbucks is where you want to post up. But I don't see it crossing. Hopefully there's a crossing here. There's a dude with a bicycle going. Oh yeah, there's a crossing, Forrest G. We just got to get across over here, buddy. So right here is where you cross at Pedro Gil. There's clearly a crosswalk. Looks like we got some officials here. There's your look around. All right, looks like we got a fresh walk signal. So this is an official crossing, no problem down here. Now for my friends who are in a wheelchair, folks, there is no wheelchair ramp right here. You're gonna need some assistance. Yeah, buddy. All right. Hey, buddy, so we successfully made it across the road. Made it across the road. Yeah. Boy's looking sharp today, everyone. He'd had to dress up to come to the embassy. What'd you see, buddy? Folks, the first time he's been out anywhere outside of the barangay, other than to go to his doctor's appointment. Almost a year. A lot of people out riding bicycles, Forrest G. Oh, almost to mud. That mud is slippery. Now, folks, I got a few extra minutes. And the curiosity is about to kill me. I got to come over here and take a peek at Boracay on Manila Bay. We got to take a peek. Take a peek, Forrest G. To see Manila Bay, son. See the new Boracay. Looks like they got some beach going up by the embassy. Isn't that kind of funny? That right by the U.S. Embassy is where they're putting in the sand. Kind of peculiar, but it's not. You got my face mask, right? Yeah. Folks, it's hot. I told you yesterday. I don't face mask. It's hot. But that's what we gotta do. Alright, coming up to another area. Proposed Manila Bay rehab program. 47 million pesos on one sign. All right, there you go. There's the beach over there. Isn't that kind of funny? White sand beach right next to the U.S. Embassy. Huh? Because I'm not walking in the street with a baby. I don't give a shit what kind of barricades these jackasses got up. Watch your feet, Forrest G. We're coming through. See, because look, that walk bridge right there is closed. So you're coming down here with a baby, just, I mean, yeah, you could have got dropped off, but then you lose your parking spot. The shit happens. All right, folks, I'm gonna stop filming. See you when we come out. Wish us luck. All right, folks, so we're out of the embassy. We got no good. No good. Nobody's fault but mine. I didn't print out some photographs. I'll talk about that later. But we got one more thing to accomplish. You know, before we're good to go. But it looks like they have opened the bridge. So we're gonna try to get up here and go over the bridge. Well, them stairs have seen their better days. Look at that, folks. There's the new Manila beach. Overlooking Manila Bay. It says no swimming, which I would not want to swim, to be honest with you. Can you go this way? It's okay.
Alam ko mag-photoshoot dito, ma'am.
Okay.
Tingnan po, daan tao lang to. May mga nakabala kayong tao.
Hello. Alright, folks. I'll give you a look over Manila Bay right there. That's the new Boracay Beach. All the ongoing construction. That's it. What'd you think, buddy? You wanna go swim in Manila Beach? I don't think so, but hey, folks. Whew, it's hot. I'm gonna let wife number one do some filming. Gotta take over that baby. Yeah, so we got no goad on one deficient document. Just some photographs, no big deal. The good thing is you can send it in via Air 21. Don't gotta come back. Because I want you guys to take a look at this traffic. Welcome to Manila. Welcome to Manila. That's why you travel. That's why you travel to Manila in the middle of the night. Let me just give you another visual here. Look at that traffic. All right, so there we go. That's what they were doing, the live broadcast this morning. And all the hype is over that new beach over there next to the embassy. I'm just glad that this bridge opened up. I don't know what time they opened it up, no idea, but this just saved us a little bit of walking down through there. Hello. There's a lot of photographers over here today. We're not the only people taking video. All right, and oh, that's the wrong way. I'm going this way. All right, baby, you hold that because I got to get another grip on this dude.
Tawa-tawa pa pa.
And according to Dong, all these flowers come from Baguio. And it's like this every day. And what's the name of this area, man?
Daunlan.
Huh?
Dangwa.
Dangwa?
Yeah.
So like Danwa, something like that. Danwa. Beautiful, beautiful flowers. And you know what? If you go to Baguio, they've got those big sunflowers there. Check out our video from back, I don't know, whenever we were up there. And we're at Don Quixote Street at Dimasalang Road. That's where the flowers are. See, like more flowers here. And it's on both sides of the road. We got to pull into this fueling station, get a little petrol. Let me recap this. When you go in there to do the, I always mess up, CRBA, Certified Report of Birth Abroad. Shit, I don't even know. I'll put it in. Boom, there it is in the screen. Okay, you're gonna go through initially, give the paperwork to the lady, go pay your fee, go pay Air 21 for the delivery, and then you're gonna have an interview with U.S. personnel. You know, and they're just doing their job and make sure that everything's on the up and up. And if they've got any questions or anything looks shady, then they're going to question you about it. That's their job. And they have, you know, key elements that they've got to meet. You know, element number one: have you ever, or have you spent 5 years in the United States before, right? So you got to provide documentation to prove that you have lived in America at some point in your life and meet that element. Which, all right, no problem. I'm from the backwoods of Mississippi and lived most of my life in America, no problem. So we had a little conversation about that. Okay, she said, boom, we meet that element, no problem. Check that off. Next one is shit, what was the next one, baby? And she wanted to know how we met. We told them how we met. Met on goddamn Filipino Cupid. And then I met her. We know the exact date that we met, right? We're like, we chatted for like 3 months, whatever it was, you know. But we know the exact date we met. What was funny is we initially told the girl it was 2018. When we started doing the math, we're like, wait a minute, it wasn't 2018, it was 2017. So we know the exact date, but we were off by a year. We got that shit straightened out. But then the girl asked her, you know, and you know, you're both in the interview room. It's not like we were being interviewed separate for, you know, in that aspect. We're both sitting there, so she's asking me questions, I'm answering. She asked the old lady questions, and gentlemen, the best thing to do when let them answer. Just let them answer whatever they say. And of course, she starts stumbling through it, and you can always add to what she says. But she's asking these questions, and she says, well, what'd she say? Why do you like Marcos?
Yeah.
Why do you like him? Why did you decide to meet him? You know, and I don't want to answer for her, because it's like I'm putting words in her mouth. I'm just waiting to see what she says, you know. We got our mask on, you know. And so she's getting all embarrassed and shy and flustered, you know. So I just pull my mask off. I'm like, baby, let me remind you, you know, why you're with me. I just took my mask off. I'm like, hey, take a look. This is why you're with me. She's like, oh yeah, because he's handsome. And folks, she's scared to death. She's scared to death. She's at the U.S. Embassy. She's never been inside the U.S. Embassy before. She's there in front of an American girl. I know it's devastatingly terrifying for her, right? For me, I don't really give a shit. But for her, she's in front of an embassy official. You know, I know it's scary. So she was just so scared and so shy. But she finally come out with, you know, when I'm pointing at my face, she's like, because he's handsome. So anyhow, the interviewer, she wanted to see photos of us prior to the pregnancy, and that is an element that's listed on the checklist that apparently I checked it off, but I guess I never got around to printing off those photos. We got millions of them, obviously, fucking hours of footage of video, no big deal, but I failed to complete the task. I got nobody to blame for getting no-go'd but this guy. Not the fault of the interviewer. She's doing her job. It's just one of those things. Trying to get all this crap put together. Didn't fucking accomplish it. Did not ride the goat. Just fucking failed to deliver. So basically, you know, she checked the list. Hey, all right, everything's met except for this element, which is, you know, I need to see proof that you guys were together, cohabitating together, whatever, at some point before the pregnancy, and I'll feel, you know, I'll be comfortable that all the elements have been met. You'll be good to go. So the good news is we don't have to go back to the embassy. All I got to do is go back, print out these photos, put them in an Air 21 packet, and send them back down there. Too easy. Again, folks, there's nobody to blame for that little failure. I mean, I'm disappointed at myself. I'm not disappointed or pissed off at anybody but myself. When shit is that blatant in your face and you just kind of discount it, or you drop the ball, you forget. I'm just disappointed in myself that I didn't get the shit done. But the good news is we're gonna fight through traffic, get back up to the penthouse suite, find me a damn comm shop that's open, and I'm gonna print off plenty of photos, so they, you know, no problem meeting the element, and then they'll process it. So let me give a big shout out to, first of all, my man Don for picking us up this morning, and he was there on, I told him to be there at 3, he was on station at 02. Tried to get some sleep. He was actually before then, but the damn dog across the street, the poor man couldn't sleep, along with the rest of us. It's a beautiful dog. It's a Belgian Malinois. I don't know if they're breeding them. Gonna try to breed Malinois, but it's a beautiful, beautiful dog. But damn, that thing. It's very energetic. I'd love to have that dog, but they just let it bark and bark and bark. If they put it in a cage, it'll stop barking, but they leave it in that little area, and the damn thing just keeps everybody. Yeah, folks. So anyhow, thanks to Dawn for scooping us up. Just thank Destiny that the checkpoints didn't stop us coming down here this morning and give us any hassle. And I'll thank them in advance. Hopefully they don't give us any hassle getting back to the house. But I know we're gonna get stopped right there at the river. My goodness, bless them. And shout out to the parking attendants who got us a parking spot right there. The folks working the, what is that, the Army Navy burrito. Got some chicken and rice for the old lady because she was starving. Let her use the restroom. Everybody working over at the embassy. Roadside stop, packed out, everything. Burger King, Shakey's, gas station. My goodness, if you pulled in there, there ain't no place to park to get a hamburger. You have to hit the drive-thru in that spot. Alright, some folks riding in the Jeep. Rolling strong northbound. Side of the aircraft is the Philippine Arena and the Philippine Sports Stadium. And there you go. You can see that outside the right side of the aircraft. Beautiful scenery through here. Getting off at San Fernando here. I mean, we were rocking on with it. I don't think he ever let up off the hammer. Let's keep a look around at the exit here at San Fernando. I gotta pay the toll first. Toll from San Fernando down there, I think it was 186 pesos. You know, right at $4. And not too many lines, or not too many cars in line here. It's an easy day. Now it's time to run the gauntlet because there's 3 checkpoints between here and our house. And that'll tell whether or not we're gonna have any problems. Folks, hitting the checkpoint here. Shields up and shields down. Checkpoint number 1 from San Fernando going back home. So I gotta stop filming here. See what kind of trouble we're about to get into. You know what? I'll leave the audio running. Okay. waved us on. Now we got to stop.
Subic.
Alright, folks, so no problems getting through the checkpoints. It's the same thing. I'm not exactly understanding, but basically, okay to go to Subic, Zambales, not okay to go to Bataan. So that's you know, been the same issue with that checkpoint for a while. So friendly folks there, gentlemen, you know, doing what they got to do. No problem with them folks. And then we're cutting the right turn here, headed towards Subic. And look at there, seeing a couple buses on the road. That's a good sign. And folks, a beautiful view off to the right side of the aircraft of a little mountain that sort of looks like our mountain over there in San Isidro. Not sure if you'll be able to get another look at it through the foliage and the buildings here. There you go. All the way up that hill. You can see the rooftops, even curves. Lincoln Homes, I think it is. Pulling that old junker out of there. Dude's in the back of this truck. Look like they're holding that pole up. I don't know, the pole's in the middle. Got the 167 Hypermart right there. On a rainy day here. Uh-oh, there's the police. Now, folks, we passed the bus station. I had the camera down because the police was over there. Had one bus over there in the Victory Liner station. There was one person sitting in the chair. Maybe they're starting back running some routes. Not real sure. Coming over Shit River. See what shit. Ooh, it's ugly today. My goodness. Alright, folks. Back at Barrio Barreto. Unscathed through the checkpoints. All the way to Manila and back unscathed. But I bet you $5 when we get over here to the river. We got to explain ourselves. We got some explaining to do. Like I told that chick at the embassy today, I said, look man, it's a small miracle that we even made it here. If I'm deficient in one set of paperwork, alright, I'll deal with that. But it's a small miracle we even made it. Alright folks, we're rolling strong through Barrio Barreto, coming up to the coffee shop on the right. See if we got some bars open here. Oh, doggy. Dude out in the middle of the road. See what we got here going down. If you're looking for an apartment for rent, go to that dentist office back there. They got a sign up that says apartment for rent. Okay, looks like Velvet Touch might be open. Sam's Pizza. Got the gates to the church open. Dude out there rocking that Mossberg 500, I think what he was armed with. Okay, look at the voodoo. Oh, look like Hot Zone's open. Almost look like SOB night going down. Got the ladies up at Barcelona. Green room is open. Angel Bakery. Last Club. Alright, I gotta put the camera down because I gotta get ready to do some explaining. I got some explaining to do. Alright, there is a Santa Claus, but you know, I called it. It's question and answer session at that checkpoint right there. You know, explain the situation, and you know, the gentlemen were understanding. So shout out to the folks working at checkpoint for being understanding, but just giving you a report. You know, I can go from here to the embassy and back, and the only questions, investigation that I got to explain myself is right here at the house. If I lived in Barreto, wouldn't be no problems at all. But the checkpoint at the river, people use the word strict. Okay, that might be a good word to describe it. They're strict. They're serious about what they're doing up there, and it is what it is.